Sorry about that, guys. This thing's got me on a 15-minute timer. So let me finish this problem real quick. So now I'm going to subtract the 15x from both sides, and I will get 8 equals 19 minus 15 is going to give me 4x. And then divide both sides by 2, and I guess x equals 2. And again, I'm going to highlight it, but you want to go back and check your original denominators, not the new ones you made, but the original ones, and go see if that will give you any zeros in the denominator. And so we got x equals 2. If you plug in 2 here, you don't get 0. The 2 and the 10 here don't have an x to plug into, so you really only have one denominator to check. And you can plug it in your calculator and check also. And for x equals 2, when x equals 2, that is a real answer. It's not extraneous or anything. Okay, let's talk about our last problem. Our last problem is up here. So let's go again. Figure out what our common denominator is going to be. And let's talk about this 2 in the middle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this 2 over 1. Because you can make anything about a fraction by putting it over 1, and then it actually means it's easy for you to get a common denominator there. So think about the number we need. The number we're going to need in all these denominators is 6, because that's the only number we've got here. So multiply the middle fraction by 6, and the left fraction by 6 also. The equation we're going to need in our denominator is y minus 2. So I'm going to put a y minus 2 here. And a y minus 2, oh wait a second, I'm sorry. That has a y minus 2. If your denominator has a y minus 2, you don't need to put another one there. So this middle one's going to need a y minus 2. And then the right one is also going to need a y minus 2, but it already has a 6. So now let me start multiplying things. 5 times 6 right there is going to give me 30 on top, not 36. And then in the denominator, I have 6 and y minus 2, which is good because that's what I want. 6 times 2 on top is going to give me 12 times y minus 2. In my denominator, I'm going to have 1, and then times all of that is just 6 times y minus 2, which is what I want. And then equals 17. Got y minus 2 here. That looks like a 1. It's supposed to be a 2. And then in my denominator, I'll have 6 and then y minus 2. If I multiply that y minus 2 there. So again, I can cross out all these denominators. You don't need to actually add or subtract any rational expressions when doing that. So now, I'll have 30 plus, distribute my 12 in. 12y minus 2 times 12 is 24. And then on the right side also can distribute 17y and 2. So that's 17y. 17 times negative 2 is negative 34. Multiply those two things. And then I can combine some like terms. So 30 minus 24 on this left side is 6, positive 6. And then 17y and negative 34 on the right side. Oops. I'm going to bring this up here. Bring it up here. And then if you subtract 12y from both sides, you'll have 6. 17y minus 12y is 5y. And then 34, negative 30, well, okay. I'll do that here in a second. I already wrote my 6 down here. So I got negative 34. Add the 34 to both sides. 6 plus 34 gives me 40. Which is 5y, and divide both sides by 5. And you'll get 8 for your answer. So y equals 8. And then again, the last step, you want to go back and check your answer. Look at your original denominators in the problem. My original denominators, y minus 2, understood 1, 6. If I plug 8 in to the only one I can plug it into, y minus 2, it's not going to give me 0. 8 minus 2 is 6, which is not 0. So this answer is not extraneous. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this helps you out. Your problems from today are a few problems from the book also. And make sure you're doing those. Email me or FaceTime me if you need help. And make sure you look out for extraneous solutions.